Hey there, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make a white bean, sweet potato, and turmeric soup that is so delicious, infused with the flavors of lemongrass and coconut milk. It is so good, so hearty, that this is basically a meal all in one. We're going to start by peeling and dicing a sweet potato. When it comes to a soup like this, everything relies on the aromatics. We're going to be using onion, ginger, garlic, and lemongrass, which will give this soup the most unique taste, really delicious Thai flavor profile that is so yummy. I'm gonna add them to a food processor because that's gonna save so much time, but I do like to give it a rough chop to help the machine out a little bit. You can do this by hand, of course, if you don't have a food processor. We're going to be adding some delicious and calcium-rich bok choy or pak choy, and this is a veggie that we only add at the very last minute because we really want it to retain the crunch and that green color. But a lot of soil hides between the leaves, so let's go give it a good wash. I actually love to see the bok choy leaves whole in the soup, but it isn't the most comfortable for when you're eating it. So we're gonna give this a chop, but we're gonna still leave some chunky pieces in there. If you're lucky enough to find the baby bok choy where you live, you can add those in whole and they look stunning. So big, rough chop. You're gonna need a large pot because everything is going right in there. We're just gonna layer those flavors on top of each other. I am heating it to medium because I want to slowly sweat my aromatics for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit of coconut oil to get that started. And I'm gonna add all of my aromatics in. All of that fragrance has come out of our aromatics, but we hardly have any color, and that is exactly what we want. We just wanted those kind of to slowly release into the pot. Now I'm gonna add some turmeric powder. This is gonna give delicious flavor, but especially amazing color to the soup. Just let that spice get in touch with that hot pan for less than a minute. And now immediately we're gonna add some vegetable broth. Make sure to rub the bottom of the pot and scrape off any of those bits and pieces there. I'm also going to add some coconut milk. This is full fat canned coconut milk. Remember to always give it a shake before you add it. It'll make the job easier. And we simply add that in. We're going to add some sliced white button mushrooms. This is really my favorite type of mushroom for this soup. This is actually my secret, favorite thing about it. They will become really tender and give you the most incredible texture in this dish. It's important to achieve that texture that you add them right into the pot, no sauteing beforehand. We're also going to be adding our cubed up sweet potato and a couple more seasonings, some lime juice and some soy sauce. I'm using reduced sodium soy sauce. You can use any type of soy sauce you like, and this you can adjust to taste afterwards when we taste and season. Another thing that you can do is use tamari soy sauce and make this entire recipe gluten-free. I have raised the heat and I'm going to bring this up to a boil and then let it simmer for about 10 minutes, which will be enough time for those mushrooms to get tender and the sweet potato to get cooked through. Now we're adding our protein for the soup, which is going to be some white cannellini beans, any type of white bean that you enjoy. We like the white beans because they're very creamy and tender. You could also substitute some tofu if you prefer. We're just gonna add these in. These I made from scratch earlier, and we taught you how to make this in our online program a few weeks ago. Now that we've added our beans, we're gonna let this cook for about 3 minutes for all those flavors to get incorporated and those beans to get warmed through. If you didn't make these from scratch, use canned. Whatever makes your life easier is fine. Let's add our bok choy in and cook for the final 2 minutes. And now we get to dig in. I hope you make these at home. As you can see, a delicious, flavorful, creamy soup doesn't have to be on the stove for hours. It's so creamy, and the beans kind of really thicken up the soup. And that lemongrass, oh my Lord, that is just the best.